Greetings, national leaders. This is Tovros Pazan with the iPadBoardGames.org review of Pre-Civilization Bronze Age. Not all civilizations can stand the test of time. Pre-Civilization Bronze Age challenges you to beat the odds and evolve your primitive primates into sculptors of mighty monuments. Ready to touch the monolith? Pre-Civilization Bronze Age is a worker placement game in the absolute strictest sense. Literally, your only control over the game is assigning workers to various tasks. The game starts you with a piddling small tribe in either Africa or East Asia. Initially, the only task open to you will be gathering food from the forest. By tapping the plus or minus buttons, you'll be able to assign or unassign workers to the task. Any workers not assigned are simply assumed to be part of your militia. As your culture increases, you'll gain access to new technologies. These will allow you to unlock new tasks or construct buildings that confer some advantage upon your tribe. Your ultimate goal is to build the most evolved building available to your tribe. This varies with your starting region. Occasionally, random events will either confer a bonus or penalty upon your civilization. It behooves you to react and either increase or decrease production in the affected area. It's worth noting that you're left to your own devices to work out which area that is, as the help screen does not contain this information. As you unlock technologies, you'll be able to increase the size of your tribe and assign tribesmen to different tasks. By changing the number of workers in any given task, you can observe the effects on your resource totals in the info strip along the top. Generally speaking, culture determines your access to new tech, food controls your tribe's rate of reproduction, production is necessary to construct buildings, and strength is how well you fend off threats. Each game lasts either 100 or 150 turns, depending on which region you're playing. Construct your grand building before time runs out to win. The goal with Pre-Civilization Bronze Age seems to be a game with simple controls and depth of strategy. It gets most of the way there, but misses a few marks. The game lacks a manual, and the brief tutorial barely scratches the surface of the game's strategy and machinations. The building and text screens at least give you full descriptions of each possible upgrade, though the text screens need to touch text to understand them and then cancel to select another isn't the most intuitive we've ever seen. The larger problem comes from the game's design. The only real strategy is get lots of everything. There aren't really phases where resource X is more important than resource Y. This is compounded by random events, some good, a lot bad, that you can't anticipate, can't plan for, and can't really react to with any real intelligence. A word to the wise: wars are bad. Avoid them at all costs. The game also lacks any kind of multiplayer challenge. The game's design doesn't really allow for multiple players, but leaderboards or Game Center achievements would have been most welcome. Pre-Civilization Bronze Age deserves credit for trying to elevate casual strategy to something a little grander. It's still fun to tinker with, though we'd prefer some way to dial back the random events or at least mitigate them. A poorly timed raid can utterly destroy you. Players shouldn't expect this title to redefine strategy on the iPad, but it's an interesting curiosity for fans of dynasty builders.